Alright, authority to delegate and issue regulations. Section 115, the President authorized to delegate, issue any duties from the powers imposed upon or assigned to him to do the promulgate any regulation necessary to carry out the provision of the title. 116, the schedule. The assessment of the listing of the facility should be equal to the act of the minutes to the extent of the practical no later than January 1st, 1988. The President shall complete a preliminary assessment of all the facility contained with the date of the enactment of the Superintendent Fund Reauthorization Act 1986 with the Comprehensive Environmental Response Compensation and Liability Act information system including each of the assessment of the statement which order the state of the inspection necessary with the carried out with no later than January 1st, 1989. The President shall be sure of the accomplishment of the site of the inspection of the facility with the President has site of the inspection necessary with pursuant in paragraph 1. Evaluation within the 4 year of the enactment of the Superintendent Reauthorization Act 1980. The facility listed in the date of the such for this comprehensive emergency response compensation liability information system should be available to the President to determine the site evaluation warranted with the base of the site inspection preliminary assessment. The evaluation should be in accordance with the criteria that is established in Section 105 of the National Contingency Plan for the determining priorities relief, including national priorities lifted in case of the facility with the list with the circulars that after the enactment of the Superintendent Amendments Reauthorization Act 1986 the facility should be available within the years 4 years after the date of the such listing of the President determines if the such evaluation warranted on the basis of the site inspection preliminary assessment. Explanations. That the goal of the establishment Section A and B, but it is not achieved, the President shall publish an explanation of such an action complete with the specified field date, the compliance, comments of the remedial investigation feasible. So the President shall show the remedial investigation feasible. So the commence for the facility of the national priority list with an addition with the commence prior to the day of the enactment of the Superintendent Fund Reauthorization Act 1986, according to the on schedule no fewer than 270 days by the date of 36 months after the day of the enactment of the Superintendent with the Reauthorization Act of 1986. In requirement of paragraph 1 of it is now met with a view to additional 175 of the day 4 years after the date of the enactment, additional 200 of the day of the 405 years after the such of the enactment date, and a total of 650 days by the day of the 5 years after each of the such of the enactment. Commencement remedial action they shall assure for the substantial continuous physical on-site remedial action commencement physical of the national priority list in addition to the facility remedial action has commenced prior to the day of the enactment. Super Amendment of the Fund Reauthorization Act 1986 with the rate no fewer than 125 facilities during the first 36 months of the period of the enactment with the subsection 200 additional facilities during the next following 24 months after the 36-month period. Alright, Section 117, Public Participants. Public Participation.